Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Recruiting has been kind of slow lately. Of course, Tennessee was off for spring break. They're back out on the practice field. Got a huge scrimmage coming up. We're going to talk about it all right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. But I want to start with recruiting. On3 Recruits put this out going into the weekend. Tennessee is set to host a loaded list of visitors this weekend, headlined by number one athlete Joel Wyatt and elite USC linebacker commit Xavier Griffin. Now, I want to talk about both of those headliners. We're going to start here with Joel Wyatt. And we talk all the time, right, about in-state kids, keeping your in-state kids home. Joel Wyatt is a priority for Tennessee. A lot of talk about whether he's going to play offense, defense, wide receiver. Talk about him playing in the secondary, but we got some interesting stuff we're going to talk about. Again, number one athlete in the country, second best player out of the state of Tennessee, 6'4", 185 out of Bell Buckle, Tennessee. You got to keep him home. Elite prospect, top 50 guy. We talk about needle movers. We talk about blue chip ratio. Joel Wyatt is a guy you got to keep home. The On3 article that they put out said few prospects are more coveted by the Vols staff this cycle than in-state athlete Joel Wyatt. Says Tennessee is trending right now in the race for the nation's number one athlete, according to Steve Wiltfong, and this weekend could be another step in the right direction for Tennessee. Now, Steve Wiltfong had predicted Wyatt to end up at Tennessee back in January. He said he logged his On3 RPM for Tennessee to land in-state two-way prospect Joel Wyatt. We rank Wyatt as the number 3 wide receiver at On3, but he could play several positions on the defensive side of the ball as well. A source says his heart is in Knoxville. Now, Tom Loy over at 247 Sports also has put in that prediction for Tennessee to land the number one athlete in the country. Says it's hard to see top 100 wide receiver Joel Wyatt picking a school other than Tennessee. Says the staff has done a tremendous job with the 6'4", 192-pounder from the class of 26. Someone had a terrific weekend at the Battle of Miami 7-on-7 event. Wyatt was a regular in Knoxville throughout the 2024 football season, and I believe that was for good reason. Tennessee remains in a great spot. Now, what he was talking about, he actually took in 3 games in Knoxville last season. He was there for the win over Florida, the win over Alabama, the win over Kentucky. Man, does that feel good to say? Things in Knoxville are changing. We are trending back in the right direction, beating the Floridas, the Alabamas. He was also in town for Junior Day earlier this year. So coming in this past weekend makes his 6th trip that he's made to campus. Coming off the visit, he says, when I come up here, it is home. He says, I'm an in-state kid. They treat me with love, a lot of love, and then just with my family here, they treat them like their own. He says, really just being around Tennessee every day you come here, it's just great. A new day to learn. Just Coach Heupel explaining how me being an outside linebacker, they're going to use me in a lot of different areas on the defensive side of the ball instead of just one position. So that's very interesting there. Coming off of this visit this past weekend, Joel Wyatt's talking about playing outside linebacker. And again, how much weight has he put on? The profile said 6'4", 185. And then you go over to 247 Sports, they're saying 192. Does he have the frame to add that extra weight to play outside linebacker? He also has a great relationship with Coach Chop. I read an article talking about how he talks to Coach Chop pretty much every day. That would be his position coach. So that was something to keep an eye on there. I was talking about that with Wayne from the chat just last night, talking about how, man, I thought Joel Wyatt was going to be a wide receiver. I thought Joel Wyatt was going to be a safety, but now talks of him being an outside linebacker. Matt Ray put out an update after the visit over at volquest.com, said Joel Wyatt is not ready to say who the other school is at the top, but he noted that Tennessee is in the top 2 for him at this stage. He's going to visit LSU for an official visit on May the 30th. He's going to visit Tennessee on June the 6th, Vanderbilt on the 13th, and he is still working on dates to take officials to UNC and also Georgia. Matt Ray goes on to say Tennessee continues to show well here. So it sounds like he is going to take his official visits, likely to make a decision late in the summer after those visits, but before his senior season of high school football. But again, a guy that Tennessee has positioned themselves well with going down into the home stretch here, Joel Wyatt. I want to jump over and I want to talk about a USC commit. Are we on flip watch for an elite prospect. He's a 5-star linebacker, according to 247 Sports. But before we do that, real quick, I need your all help. Do the YouTube stuff, man. Smash the thumbs up right there below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not reporters. We're not media. We don't fake it. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. We are diehard, passionate Tennessee fans. We talk Tennessee football every single day right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. Going to be live tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We had to shift the EA Sports College football stream, so we're going to stream tomorrow night. It's old school Tuesday night, 6:30. Come hang out. We talk Tennessee football all night long. Always a good time. We're also going to be live Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, talking about this big spring scrimmage that's about to take place. So join us for that for a regular Talkin VAWLS live as well. And then EA Sports going back to Sundays starting back next week. But let's talk about linebacker Xavier Griffin. I'm going to start by playing this clip. You can see there, it's over at 247 Sports. This is the college football show. They're talking about Xavier Griffin as a player. Let's take a listen.
Xavier Griffin, he is committed to USC.
This guy is a freaking animal. There's no other way to say it. I mean, just in terms of the length, the versatility, Andrew Ivins says it all the time, reminds us a lot of Jahad Campbell, a guy that has shot up NFL draft boards here recently with 1 month to go. And you look at Xavier Griffin, his skill set, what he can do. He has on-ball ability in terms of being able to play in a 2 or 3 point stance. You can also drop him as a second-level defender, too. This guy can do a little bit of everything. So if you're USC right now, who's made a habit of going into the Peach State, trying to lure a guy like Elijah Griffin, Isaiah Gibson, or Justice Terry, this might be the guy that might be worth fighting for, especially if you're not going to have a high volume of guys that you're going to recruit in the Southeast. So a long way to go here, but just in terms of what we've seen out of Xavier Griffin, obviously a skill set that is certainly coveted not only on Saturdays, but Sundays as well.
A freaking animal they call Xavier Griffin. Now, it's crucial to take a listen there. Got a long way to go. We can take a look at the profile here. Again, he's a 4-star according to the On3 industry rankings. 247 Sports has him as a 5-star, 24th best player in the country, 2nd best linebacker. So, again, you know, I get the frustration, right? When we see a guy like Tristan Keys end up committing to LSU, or we see a guy like Rodney Dunham who may be starting to trend away, but not so fast, my friend. Tennessee is still fighting there. We will see what Tennessee does with Rodney Dunham as he kind of gets closer to his commitment day coming up next month. But they are casting a wide net, and this is what I talked about with those guys. Like, there are a lot of dudes that Tennessee is in on and Tennessee is working. You just have to get your fair share. You don't have to land every one of them. But again, top 25 guy here in Xavier Griffin, 6'3", 205 out of Gainesville, Georgia. Did commit to USC back on July the 27th. Has any offer he wants. He can go anywhere in the country. But as you heard there from the 247 Sports College Football Show, long way to go here. And we've talked about this with Faison Brandon, locking down his recruitment, not taking visits. I think that is always crucial. Follow the visits. If a guy is still taking visits, then I think his recruitment is still open. 247 Sports article said that Griffin is still in regular communication with Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Texas, Ohio State, and Tennessee. Again, big boy battle. Rattle off that list of names. You just have to get your fair share. Matt Ray put out an update after the visit, said elite USC linebacker commit Xavier Griffin was also on campus today, told he had a good visit so far. He will remain around campus this afternoon, spend more time with the staff. Tennessee will look to get him back on campus in June. Now, he did visit for his spring practice last year. He also visited for the win over Kentucky, so he's a guy that's been on campus. It's not like this is a pipe dream. This is a long shot. But again, follow the visits. Can Tennessee get an official visit scheduled? That's what we're going to keep an eye on here. Ryan Callahan of GoVols 247 put out an update, said sources close to Griffin's recruitment believe the Trojans still have a good chance of holding on to Griffin in the end, but that hasn't stopped several major programs from continuing to pursue him, and he's not expected to stop exploring his options anytime soon. Again, to me, follow the visits. If a guy is still taking visits, if he is still exploring his options, you still have a shot at getting him in the boat. Said he traveled to Florida State last weekend. The Vols have plenty of competition for Griffin, and stealing him away from USC probably won't be easy, but getting him back on campus Saturday was another positive step for the Vols. So that wraps up the visit. Again, a lot of guys on campus. We'll continue to talk about him throughout the course of the week, but I wanted to talk about the headliners. Number one athlete in the country, Joel Wyatt. Tennessee feels like they are in a good spot there. Also, elite USC linebacker Xavier Griffin. Will he schedule that official visit? As always, jump in the comment section. Let's talk about this thing. Smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. And we've got brand new merchandise. Go take a look at our merchandise at bonfire.com/store/talking balls. You can see there Nike themed merchandise. We've also got golf polos, quarter zips. All your favorites are there. The link is in the description below. If you really want to help the channel, you can also think about hitting that join button down below. It's only $1 a month. It keeps the lights on around here. You get custom Talking Balls emojis, access to fan call-in shows. We're going to be doing a members-only stream coming up this fall. But just show that support. We would appreciate it. If not, smash the thumbs up. Quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it because this is the Talking Balls Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.